Ancient Athens' democratic ideals remain a celebrated topic today. The Parthenon is considered a symbol of admiration for democracy, and many democratic leaders prefer to be photographed in front of this structure, representing democratic values. However, the other great achievement of ancient Greece, philosophy, harbored deep skepticism toward democracy, especially in the thoughts of the Greek philosopher Socrates. In Plato's Republic, Socrates criticizes democracy, attempting to illustrate its shortcomings by likening society to a ship. He poses the question, if you were to embark on a sea journey, who would you want at the helm of the ship? Just anyone? Or individuals trained in the rules and demands of seamanship? Socrates emphasizes that governance is not a coincidence but a skill that needs to be systematically taught. According to him, leaving citizens to vote without education is as irresponsible as entrusting them with the control of a ship in a storm. Socrates' warnings manifested dramatically in his own life. In 399 BC, Socrates was brought to trial on fabricated charges of corrupting the youth of Athens. The jury found him guilty, and Socrates, in a process as tragic for thinking individuals as the condemnation of Jesus is for Christians, was sentenced to death by drinking hemlock. Socrates was not an elitist figure. He did not believe that only a minority should have the right to vote. However, he insisted that those who think logically and deeply about issues should be the ones voting. Yet, in modern times, it seems that the distinction between this intellectual democracy and innate democracy has been forgotten. We do not consider the right to vote as connected to wisdom, and Socrates knew that this would result in a system he called demagogy. Socrates' crucial warnings against democracy seem forgotten today. Instead of preferring to think of democracy as a good that needs to be supported and assessing its effectiveness based on the education system around it, we have elected many candy shop owners and few doctors. Socrates is considered one of the founders of Western philosophy. But you might not have guessed this from his early life. He was born around 470 BC into a middle-class family in ancient Greece. His father was a sculptor who carved stones for the Parthenon, and Socrates learned the craft of stone cutting from him. As an adult, Socrates worked as a stone mason and served in 3 campaigns as a soldier. After retiring, Socrates began his best-known profession, teaching. However, Socrates' teachings were not recorded in writing. The fame of Socrates' great intelligence began with a visit from one of his followers to the Delphi temple. A priestess in the Apollo temple, serving as a medium through whom Apollo spoke, declared that no one was wiser than Socrates. Upon hearing this statement, Socrates interpreted it as a puzzle and embarked on a journey to find out who was wiser. He interviewed respected individuals in Athens, teachers, politicians, artists, but decided that they all had a fatal flaw. These men believed they knew many things, but they were unaware of what they did not know. Socrates claimed that, even though he was ignorant, at least he knew of his ignorance, making him the wisest among an assembly of entirely ignorant individuals. A significant statement of Socrates is, "I became wiser by recognizing that I was ignorant." Although celebrated as the wisest man in Athens, Socrates was not famous for giving speeches and rhetoric. Instead, he asked questions, attempted to understand what someone truly knew, and exposed thought errors by revealing logical inconsistencies in responses. This method, called the Socratic method, directed both the teacher and the student toward knowledge, and is still effectively used in many educational institutions today. However, Socrates' habit of exposing thought errors might not have gained him many friends in Athens. His appearance was not particularly attractive. In Plato's Symposium, Socrates is portrayed as unappealing, short, stocky, with a snub nose and staring eyes. Rumors of Socrates' peculiar religious views added to the negative image. The final blow came with Aristophanes' play Clouds, which portrayed Socrates as associated with sophists, encouraging young people to be wild and disrespectful. Sophists were a group of teachers accused by the older generation of harming the education of the youth. Socrates' list of crimes grew. He was accused of being an atheist in Athens and corrupting the youth. Socrates appeared in court to defend himself, as narrated in Plato's Apology, and Xenophon's Apology of Socrates to the jury. Socrates defended that he was not a sophist and presented evidence of his efforts toward virtue and noble behavior, however, true to the Socratic style. Instead of trying to win the jury, he exposed the weaknesses in their thought structures. The jury found him guilty and sentenced him to death. During that period in Athens, convicted criminals had the right to propose an alternative to their punishment. Socrates jokingly suggested that he should be rewarded with free meals at the Prytaneum, an honor reserved for the most respected citizens of Athens. However, the jury was not amused. Socrates' followers cried and encouraged him to escape, but Socrates, without showing any external signs of fear, went to his death, willingly drinking the deadly hemlock. He was 70 years old at that time, and Athens had killed the man Plato called the wisest and most just of all men. Nevertheless, Socrates' ideas returned to the world through the works of his students, Plato and Xenophon. Socrates' philosophy continued to be studied throughout the Middle Ages and reached a new peak during the Renaissance. Even today, Socratic methods of thinking are used as an effective tool for teachers to learn how to question students and how to question knowledge. Socrates' life and teachings can shed light on modern democratic systems and political debates from various perspectives. With the elevation of democracy, it is crucial to remember Socrates' criticisms of democracy. He emphasized that voting is not just a skill, but should be gained through education, stressing the importance of high levels of education and awareness for a healthy democracy. The death of Socrates was a tragedy synonymous with his thoughts. However, his legacy has made significant contributions to philosophical thought and educational methods. His life and death serve as an inspiration for commitment to defending one's thoughts and adherence to legal principles. Today, what we have learned from Socrates' life and philosophy holds a place among critical thinking, questioning, and important principles in education. His story reminds us of the significance of education and awareness in democratic systems where everyone's participation is essential. Understanding Socrates' thoughts and life requires examining the political, cultural, and philosophical context of his time. However, this can provide a perspective on current democratic debates and educational systems through the lens of Socrates. Therefore, the life and teachings of Socrates are not just the story of an ancient philosopher, but also a narrative containing important lessons about contemporary thought and democracy. Socrates' enduring legacy extends beyond his time, offering timeless lessons that resonate with contemporary challenges in democratic societies. His reflections on the nature of democracy and the role of education in sustaining it are particularly relevant today. Socrates' critique of democracy in the Republic serves as a poignant reminder that the mere act of voting requires more than a superficial understanding of political issues. He argued that citizens should be equipped with the skills and knowledge necessary to make informed decisions, emphasizing that governance is a skill that demands systematic instruction. This insight remains crucial as societies navigate the complexities of modern governance. In today's world, where the emphasis on universal suffrage is high, Socrates' distinction between intellectual and innate democracy raises thought-provoking questions. Do we, as citizens, approach our voting responsibilities with the requisite understanding of the issues at hand? Are we ensuring that our educational systems cultivate an informed and discerning electorate? Socrates' trial and subsequent execution serve as cautionary tales about the potential consequences of questioning the status quo and challenging societal norms. His commitment to defending his philosophical principles, even in the face of an adverse legal system, underscores the importance of intellectual integrity and resilience. In contemporary contexts, where free expression and dissenting voices are essential components of democratic discourse, Socrates' steadfastness offers inspiration. The Socratic method characterized by a relentless pursuit of truth through questioning and dialogue, continues to be a valuable tool in education. Educators today can draw on this method to encourage critical thinking and active engagement among students. By fostering an environment where questions are welcomed and assumptions are challenged, educators can instill a deeper understanding of complex issues. Socrates' life journey from a stonemason and soldier to a revered teacher highlights the transformative power of education. His relentless pursuit of wisdom, sparked by the Delphic Oracle's proclamation, emphasizes the lifelong nature of learning. In our current era of rapid technological advancements and evolving societal paradigms, Socrates' commitment to continuous learning serves as a guiding principle. As we reflect on Socrates' insights into democracy, education, and intellectual courage, we are prompted to evaluate the health of our democratic systems. Are we actively addressing the educational needs of our citizens, equipping them with the tools to navigate the complexities of the contemporary world? Are we fostering an environment where diverse voices are heard and respected? Socrates' story is not confined to the annals of ancient history, but continues to echo through the corridors of intellectual discourse and educational philosophy. His unwavering commitment to truth, his willingness to question prevailing norms, and his belief in the transformative power of education make him a timeless figure, whose lessons resonate across centuries. In conclusion, Socrates' life and teachings offer a profound legacy that goes beyond the boundaries of time and culture. As we grapple with the challenges and opportunities of our democratic societies, we can find guidance in Socrates' wisdom, recognizing the enduring relevance of his ideas in shaping thoughtful, engaged citizens for the present and the future. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to our channel.